Well, thank you. Honored to be here and represent the Big Ten Conference in the great state of Ohio. Coach Petersen and I have been friends a long time. I've admired his programs to the point that I actually went and visited him when he was at Boise State. And I've often told the story, I'm not sure I told Chris this, that in 2006 we were playing, I was in Florida playing Ohio State, ironically for the national title, and they were playing Oklahoma a few days before us, and I was trying to get some sleep. And that's when they did the hook and ladder and the statue. Shelley punched me in the side and said, well, why don't you be creative like Chris and run plays like that? So I still hold that against Chris. We're honored to be here. The Rose Bowl committee and hospitality in Los Angeles has been awesome, and we hope to perform well and make the granddaddy of all the most watched bowl game of the season.
Thanks, Coach. And now, Coach Petersen.
Yeah, this has been an awesome week. This has been something that I think our staff, a lot of people from the state of Washington have been longing to come back here. And you know, after the week of being here, you can see why. First-class operation, going to play an elite team. It is kind of ironic being here with Urban, going back with him and some of the notes we've compared and shared, and you always want to play in something like this, and then sometimes you end up, it's like you're playing a game that you thought about all along, and you look and you say, it's going to be against him. But we are honored and proud. I'm proud of our team, how hard those kids have battled, been through a lot of different things. Hadn't been easy, but it never is. And we're excited to be here and play a great Ohio State team for sure.
Thanks, Coach. Before we open the floor to questions, I just want to remind everyone that the coaches will be doing a joint photo with the trophy, and we will escort you or announce your opportunity to stand up and take a picture. So at this time, we'll open the floor to comments. Please wait until you have a microphone in hand and state your name and outlet. Questions? Dom in the back.
Dom Taberi, WBNS TV. Urban, obviously this is your last go-around. You've never coached in this game. What has this experience been like for you, and is this a fitting ending, this bowl game?
Well, it's I don't want to devalue the experience, but we're here to win a football game, and that the best part of a bowl experience is doing your very best to go win and winning it. So we have been working very hard on that, realizing who we're playing and how good they are. So it's been a great experience, and this has been a bucket list item since I started coaching. Been close several times, including when I was a GA at Ohio State back in '86. We came very close to coming to the Rose Bowl. Throughout my head coaching career, we had opportunities that I thought we were going, and then we ended up going in another bowl game. So it's I can't imagine a better opportunity a better bowl game to go play, but we try and avoid that at all costs, because any distraction other than getting ready to play is not, we're not going to allow that, and that's get ready to go play this game.
Gentleman in the white hat.
Austin Ward, Letterman wrote, Urban, with vast players this a bunch of times, like, do they get nervous before games? But I don't think I've ever asked you, do you get nervous for games, and does tomorrow and what it means make it any different for you?
I don't think nervous is a strong enough term before a game. Deathly ill might be more appropriate. Yeah, you get very nervous, and once again, it's not about the coaches, it's about the player. We do everything we do, really up to, we call it the 48-hour rule. Everything we do up until game time is to make sure they're not in that. But I don't want to speak for Chris, but we actually have talked about this over the years, and absolutely, what runs through a coach's mind is every scenario that happens. It's not fair to that player to not be prepared when that hits. And some people say, well, they just got to shoot from the hip, and we don't believe in that. We believe in trying to put them in those many positions as you can, so when it does hit, they know how to react. So nervous is probably not a strong enough word.
Next question. Pink shirt, third row.
Yes, Bill Rabinowitz from the Columbus Dispatch for Urban. You were inside the Rose Bowl yesterday for the first time, I presume, ever. What was that like for you? And I know you've told the story of being kicked out before.
Well, I had to ask to go in it because I've never been in to see it. And back in the 90s, I can't remember exactly what year, I drove by it and stopped. And I used to recruit out here all the time. And I stopped and I was going to try to sneak peek inside because I've heard about it for so many years and watched it. And I was told to leave. And I might add, the guy was real rude too, but it was awesome, and I wasn't able to completely see the mountains, but I'm sure we'll see that. I keep hearing that tomorrow.
Next question. Gentleman in the...
Ari Wasserman, The Athletic. Urban, I know that this is an important time for your team and for you personally. It's also a pretty big transitional period in terms of the program. How has Ryan Day handled this, and how have you seen people reacting to him? Are people different with him? Is he kind of changing into the head coach persona that you might see? Like, what's this transition been like?
I couldn't have been better. Recruiting, I think Ryan and the staff absolutely did exceptional on signing date. We didn't have the numbers, but the quality of players that we signed was, I know, top 2 or 3 in America. I know there were a couple at the end, but we also got a couple at the end. So I thought it's been phenomenal. Bob Stoops is a great friend, and we actually talked about this. I can't imagine it's not every coach's dream to hand it off to someone that you really believe can make it stronger, and not a bunch of people lose their jobs. And the foundation is so strong at Ohio State, the culture is so strong that, and it certainly wasn't me, it was all of us, and everyone's in place. And Ryan's going to do exceptional. He's an elite coach, and I think he's handled the transition. Just ask our players. It's been awesome, and I can't wait to see what he does.
You said legacy is important to you to a certain point. Maybe at the top of that list is 7-0 against Michigan. Talking to players about how you handled that. Where did you learn, what's the key to that success, and how did you learn not to overemphasize it or underemphasize it? If you could speak to that.
Yeah, that started, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that because it means the world to us. Rivalry games, I hear people say that it's just a named faceless opponent, and that's not the approach we've taken. We worked that game 365. When I was the head coach of Bowling Green, we did that at the team up north called Toledo. When we went to Utah, we did a team down south to BYU. And then you had Florida, you had 3 rivals. You had Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida State, and then also Miami. So you had 4 at times. And that's not a game we work. That's something that our players know. And in here, we work that game 365. We've already been working it out here. How do we do that? Follow recruiting, follow everything they do. And we take time out of the off season, take time during spring practice. Every practice we work on that. During the summer training camp, Coach Mick calls it the Team Up North Day, and then every day during training camp we work on it. So that was the Woody Hayes mentality. That's really been everyone's mentality at Ohio State.
Pink jacket.
Michelle Ledka, Q13 Fox Seattle. Question for Coach Petersen. Coach, you've spoken openly about changing your preparations this year versus the last couple of years. How do you think that's gone in the last couple of weeks, and how do you think your players are handling getting ready for tomorrow?
Well, we'll find out shortly. I think they practiced really hard. Certainly back in Seattle, we kind of just changed maybe the cycle of the practice schedule in terms of when we were going to go hard, when we were going to back off, and so that was a little bit different. But they practiced hard, they practiced well, and they're anxious to play.
Gentleman in the white shirt.
Yeah, Clay Hall, ABC6, Columbus to you both. Coach Meyer, you referenced the hook and ladder. Is there a way to prepare for what he might bring? And Coach Pete, do you have a couple of those ready?
No.
I'll let Chris answer first. I want to hear that.
No, we don't.
No.
That's all I got.
No, we've worked on quite a bit, in special teams as well. We've been pretty good in kicking game. We just want to make sure that whenever a team has 3 weeks to prepare, and it's an excellent coach and coaching staff and great players, you got to work on it all, and we have, and I've been the thorn in the side of the defensive staff this week.
Gentleman in the third row in the dark blue jacket.
For Coach Petersen, this is Chris Egan from King 5 TV. Can you just talk a little bit about your senior class and how special they've been to the University of Washington and to football fans in the Northwest?
Yeah, they've been awesome. They've certainly helped change our program, the foundation. It's kind of interesting because I think there's, at one time there was like 10 of those guys that played as true freshmen. I don't know if they're still all with us. Some guys might have went to the NFL early and all those things, but they've just done it the way we've asked, and they've stayed really focused the whole time, and they've been great kids and been awesome to be around. It's really what you'd hope college football would be about, and I think we've, as coaches, gotten as much from those guys' enjoyment as hopefully they've got from us, and even if they haven't enjoyed it the whole time, I think that they'll, reap the benefits of our preaching and harping on them on the things outside of football. Certainly along with the things on football that we've talked about for years now.